Hey guys, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sorry it took me a little longer to get to you guys, but then there was a premiere, like a little quickie quick, and I said, "You know what? Ooh, I get to eat my sandwich. Ooh, let me eat my sandwich. Let me girl, okay? Let me eat my sandwich and get a little lunch, get a little lunchtime entertainment, okay? If I heard correctly, and maybe I don't know, we'll listen to that last, give people a chance to watch it real quick. But it sounds like Nesto is trying to interfere with witnesses. Um, Calling the grandmother of a witness is probably not a good idea. Not even a witness, a victim. Was that right? Did I hear that correctly? It sounded like he wanted Sonya, silly Slanya, to call the grandmother. And now he's not so sure where he was. He's just trying to piece it all together. Sir's having a problem. Look, we got a lot of stuff to talk about, okay? We're gonna get into the video, and I'm sorry I didn't come last night, guys. We ended up at a 70th birthday party. One of my husband's best friends' mom had a birthday, and we had to go, and it was very nice. It was nice to see all the friends he grew up with, all his partners, okay? That was really, really nice. We stayed there for a couple hours. The kids were playing. It was fun. And then we went to the father-in-law's. Then we hung out over there for a little bit, and we still had one more stop to make, but it was almost like 8 o'clock at that point, and it was like we got to get home because the puppies were here, right? The dogs. Anyway, but yeah, we had a nice evening, and I listened to the call last night and re-listened to it this morning. I have a lot to say about that. Um, and yeah, victim. I said witness because they said witness, but victim. Anyway, well, they refuse to believe that ma'am is a victim because they think she's lying because she's mad. Um, Girl, that call was a mess. Okay. And Dre, huh, I really have never been on the Dre bus. And I don't dislike let me just be clear, Dre, if you're listening. Because we know he listens to Miss Real Talk Bougie and Miss Love Lies and Lace Freight. Um, it's not about liking anyone. It's not about trying to be friends with anybody. This is not a friend type thing for me. And this is not a popularity contest. This is what I do. It's this is what I do. And it's not that I like you. It's not that I try to be friends with anybody. It's not that Shirley is anyone's icon or anything. It's not about disliking Sonya. It's not about any of that for me. What it's about is an interesting story that caught my ear, I don't know, 8, 9 months ago, and following up and reporting on that. Okay. Now that being said, um, it Dre is low key salty. Like, let's just be real about it. Dre is all tea. He might come through as some unbothered, and Dre is above it. Dre and Nesto are two peas in a pod. Dre just seems to be able to control himself better and has learned how to adjust and assimilate into life better. Nesto wants a free and easy ride. Okay. I refuse to allow people to make bloggers seem like gnats and flies and annoyances because you're bothered because someone has some time. Okay. Just because I got time doesn't mean I don't have anything else better to do. Okay. Just because you don't respect what I do doesn't mean it's not valid. Okay. Okay. As we just saw in that video, that's proof right there that Nesto was wanting to reach out to a victim, even though he has an order He has a court or he has a bond. He has a pending bond that told him not to reach out to a victim. But he's trying to get Miss Thang over there. He's trying to get Miss Thang over there to, if you guys are like, what are you talking about? If you guys did not go to phone calls from prison like 8 minutes ago, they just dropped a video. So let's listen to Dre and Nesto first, and we'll go over there because some people are probably still in the process of watching it. It's read you. It's read you $ Monday. Okay, it's read you cash Monday. It's sis is earning some bags. Like Dre lost Dre didn't I can't say Dre lost points with me because I can't say that I operate on like a point system. But when Dre said, okay, there was a lot of things Dre said that I was like, nigga. Okay, and I don't normally say that. I say ninja, but I'm gonna be Dre for a minute. Nigga. Okay. They call you nasty. Okay. Look, it's not about being able to pull the females. It's not about not getting women. If someone has a ticky ticky boom boom in their head and they have a perversion, they have a they have some sort of interest in a fetish, or I would say a fetish. I don't know what else you would call it, but a fetish is a sexual proclivity. Let me make sure I can a fetish of a form of sexual desire in which gratification is strongly linked to a particular object, activity, or a part of the body other than sexual organs. If you have a fetish for weird shit, including people who are of a certain age, and there are experts who have studied, who I'm sure are certified in being able to make the determination of, like, Dre, you can sit in fantasy land all you want to try to make your friend feel better. But at the end of the day, there is a science to what these people do, these forensic folk. And if they are reviewing these photos, they are taking measurements. They are, there might be a missing persons mock up of missing women, sex trafficked women, children, young girls who they may even recognize a face from someone who's missing from their parent. Okay. There are many different ways that they make the determinations about these pictures, right? We're going to get into the video in just a second, but I was just quite disturbed at the justification of, is it a little teenager? Is it a high school girl? A grown ass man has no business. I don't care how old the person is if they are underage. If a 19-year-old decides to date a 40-year-old man, that's their business. But there is nothing that you can tell me that will justify anything about a girl in high school and a man, whatever he did, whatever he's been accused of doing, and whatever could possibly have happened. There's no excuses. There's no excuses, because some people have been abused and traumatized to the point that they behave in a certain way that might be called fast or something like that. But when someone is pretty much put into that type of a lifestyle and they don't know any better, they're going to act out because no one is telling them in their circle that their behavior is not what they're supposed to be doing, that no adult should be violating them in that way. There's people who don't know. Okay. And the fact that Dre doesn't know any better at this point in his life, being in his 50s or whatever age he is, 50 something, that he doesn't have the awareness that there could be, if there's a 19-year-old that's dating Nesto and her father and her grandmother knew about it, these might be some sick people. I don't know. They might be some very sick people. And there's nothing about that that's right. So I'm kind of very disappointed, or maybe it's just confirmation because I'm not. I was, you know what I mean? Like I like that Dre was Team Shirley. I've always said I like that he was Team Shirley. Um, and that's it. I don't have any Team Dre, nothing. It's just I like the fact that somebody out there was sticking up for Shirley because nobody in this collective has really been sticking up for her. Also, I feel like we got confirmation in this call that Shirley was paying the bills. Hello? Hello? Y'all thought Shirley was in it for the what money? This Negro don't have no money. He got a bunch of cars, some old ass 20-year-old cars that look like something because a lot of luxury brands they will keep with a certain style and model for a long time. Thank you, Miss HLS. It's not Team Dre for me. Yeah, I don't have anything against Dre. For me, I'm just going to be honest. It's not personal for me at all. That's, people feel like when you make comments on this or comments on that, you're not being like me or as a moderator or as a channel content creator, you're not being neutral. I'm giving my opinion, but I don't hate anyone. I don't hate Sonya. I don't love Shirley. I like Shirley as far as a woman who who's doing her damn thing at the job, because career has always been very important to me. But as far as I don't know this woman, I mean, I could think of Shirley being a maverick and being a leader in career, but then when I see her husband and what kind of shenanigans this dude was up to, and she actually was with him for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 plus years and married him for up to 8, still married to him as far as what we know. It does take a little bit away because it's kind of like, well, damn. Okay. Anyway, we learned a lot because I think people thought that Shirley was with this dude for the money. She was with him for the appearances. She was probably with him because he could handle her in that bedroom. Um, Nesto didn't have any money. He had some businesses that probably weren't flipping over anything. And he probably was dealing with these businesses on a hand to mouth basis. And he might have been paying bills out of Shirley's account because Shirley has been in financial situations since the beginning. So it's quite possible he was managing her money. Okay. Okay. But yeah, let's go ahead and listen to what's going on here. Um, I also want to say something, which we'll see it in the call, is that phone calls from prison did put up a note to Dre. I don't know if Dre's going to answer it or not. It would be wonderful if Dre actually addressed this with Nesto because I would love to hear the response of when they said, "Dear Dre," I snapshotted it in my phone, which I've been saying this to you guys for months because um the call logs under Nesto's account, I think that just happened because so when Sonya, so let's just go back to the night Tasha K, right? Remember Nesto called her and hung up, right? And she said, "Oh, he's going to call back." So there must be some sort of a system for those two. If you don't answer one, you'll answer the next. So he called her from one pin, and then he called her from, you've received a collect call from Nesto. But you guys, if you recall, the night that she was with her friend with the yellow shirt called Thomas Baby Mom, she picks up the phone and you've received a collect call from William, not Williams. It doesn't go by last name. You put its first name. You've received a collect call from William. Okay. We've known that Nesto has been using different people's pins and phone calls from prison, which I know because I got the call log up until the first of the year. And there's one new call in a whole 6-month period. But these two are talking on the phone. So clearly, for phone calls from prison, hold on a second, for them to have made a point of putting it on a slide in a video to say, no, Portia, that's not what they said. Dear Dre, please tell Nesto to refrain from using other inmate pins so we can find all of your calls. Now, how they found the call, like I said, we don't know how the sausage is made. I don't know how they found them. I don't know. I don't know if they found William. I know that there was a guy, Eric, that he was talking to once upon a time. But if you notice, they talk pretty freely on some of these calls because I think that they thought that they were lost in the system somewhere. They were up under Boo Boo. I'm just throwing out names: Antoine, Joe, Bill, Pookie. They were over there probably saying, Pookie, I'm gonna put $10. You can use $10. But when my gal calls me or I got some money on your book, you when my girl calls, you let me know. Okay. At the end of the day, for them to put this up, they're letting Sonya, which Sonya should have figured it out by now because Nesto has this very specific pin. And I talked to you guys about how the call log looks, and you guys may not remember this. So I'm going to put up like a little 10-minute video showing you what the log looks like. Obviously, I can't show you phone numbers, but you can see the days, the times, the hangups, the call not accepted, all of that. So if you never saw that video, I did isolate those 10 minutes and I'll put that out later today. But it's clear he's flipping pins. And I talked to someone at Cobb County and she says that there's nothing that they can do to stop people from using each other a cellmate's account. They that's not something that they're willing to get involved in doing because that's like, are you using someone else's pin? Like they're not doing that. But those calls get lost in the system because you don't know, you're pulling Nesto's calls and you know his ass is on the phone, but you can't find the calls in his call log. So clearly he's calling. It's not that he's calling from the iPad because the iPad would register that. He can be on the iPad, but they can be calling through someone else's pin. Okay. That's what this means. And we've talked about this before. And this just validates that another content creator is seeing exactly what it is. But because they're getting calls, clearly they figured it out. Because if Nesto is using other inmates' pins so we can find all of your calls, means that they have found some of the calls. Because the last call log I got about a month ago, there is like literally a span from maybe July, I'd have to pull it up until the Tasha K call in November. So some of those last calls, those last calls that were registered on there, let's say June-ish, July, up to November, nothing. Absolutely nothing. And we know this. I mean, we've heard this ninja talk on the phone. So he's talking under people's accounts. And we've heard him call because his clearly says Nesto, right? They don't give you 2 pins. You have 1. Nesto. It's Nesto. Okay. When he was over there to call Tom, when she was over there with Call Thomas' baby mom, it was William. And William didn't sound like Nesto. Okay. Okay. So they're playing, even though she says, oh, the prosecutor's listening. Girl, they thought that they had moved. They thought they moved around and were hiding calls. But look, let me tell you something. I don't want to say too much, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna just say it like that. This is what we do. Like if you're a blogger, you're a blogger. This is what we do. Okay. I would say keep doing you and stay in your lane And don't worry about what other people are doing. Cause you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't be you and you can't be me. That I think that's the best. These people are being themselves. Shady, shisty, secretive. And that's why Nesto was sitting up there trying to get Sonya to call a witness, call and check in on a witness. And I don't know if it was on some intimidation, on some why is she doing this to me, trying to get information. But as someone who is going for a bail hearing on today, if the judge is hearing evidence, a phone call that has been lost in the sauce, because this is him and Sonya talking. This is not registered to his account. So you are purposefully and willfully trying to make your calls disappear, even though you love saying that the prosecutors are listening. So if you're doing it for the prosecutors, you're playing in people's faces because the calls aren't registering under his account. But you can't hide those jail visits. That you can't hide. Okay. The hearing is at 5 o'clock. Okay. 5 o'clock. Um, what else did I want to say on that? Maybe I've said enough. Let me think. Okay, let's just get into it. Let's just get right on into it, and then we will listen to Nesto trying to witness tamper, because that is witness tampering. Calling a friend or relative of a victim who is on the no contact list is probably not a good idea. So Sonya, with her little dim-witted self, did remind him that that was not a good thing to do, and he still pushed it. And then my husband called me, so I missed a little bit. So it was only like an 8-minute call. So let's listen to this first, or shall we listen to the other thing first? Let's let's just go in opposite. We're such rule breakers around here.
This video can
Hold on. Let's listen to this first, and then it'll give us a good foundation. That way, if anyone out there is having lunch watching these channels, they're on lunch break right now before court at 5 o'clock. They can hear what they need to hear. I will be broadcasting. Like, I did get a email from the public information officer today, because I was like, Judge Manning, woo, Judge Manning. Let's see, Judge Manning. Let me see if I got my. Oh, there's something attached. Okay, let's see. Signed request attached. I do have official permission from the chief, excuse me, why am I putting 20 on 10? I mean, the public information officer has responded, and my signed Rule 22 is in my inbox. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. So we will be broadcasting. Okay, and I have my documentation. So anybody who wants to have their little lawyer or anybody call, I've got permission, because I am a blogger, and I've got my information signed, sealed, delivered, and I'm able, like, I can do that. So I would advise anyone, um that's okay, because I feel like Nestos get real salty from the jail cell. And I just feel like there's some salt in the air. You know how, like, when you get close to the beach and you can feel the salt in the air? There is some salt in the air. Okay. Oh, it's really easy, guys. Let me tell you something. I don't want to say being a blogger is easy. You got to learn the ropes. But when you know how to file the paperwork, and you've got your email addresses and things like that, and I'm very thankful. We have a really nice community of bloggers, and I wanted to say women, but there's a very lovely community in this our little mini sector here, and everybody has really helped everybody. And one sis helped me quite a bit initially, And I'm so appreciative of that. So anyway, let's get into this video real quick and then we'll get into some Dre and Nesto. But yeah, Nesto is on some silly stuff and he's got a bail hearing today and
After Ernesto was charged with his most serious alleged crime. Take a listen.
girl, it's getting salty in here.
Did you wake up yet?
Uh-huh. No, I'm good. I'm up. Hi.
Okay. How long you been up?
Thank you. 5 minutes.
Okay. So I was just sitting
Mm-hmm.
around trying to remember this lady number that I know. They're familiar with this person I'm talking about. So
Mm-hmm.
I might gotta get you to call it, but you gotta get you call it so I can talk to them. Then if that's the right number, then I gotta get you a record while I'm talking.
Not.
Do you hear that? Okay, he said he's trying to remember a number of someone who is familiar with someone, and if he gets it, he needs her to record the call. Um, okay, okay. They're familiar with this person, and you know what? This is another thought that I have about how they use code names. They're not using code names just from us, which I think that that's kind of a collateral situation where it kills two birds with one stone because they think we don't know who they're talking about, but they're talking in code because the computer they want to speak in code so that whoever's listening to whoever's calls, they're probably like, "What? Oh, you got a little drunk driving? Okay, let me listen to your calls. Okay, let me use your account. If someone's got some serious charges, I guarantee you they're not using that person's account. They're using people who have less serious charges, who come from Fulton County, who nobody's really checking on, right? And someone who's down on their luck who probably needs a couple of dollars to be able to make some phone calls. So they give them a little bit of like, hey, you can make some calls, just don't go crazy with it, okay? Because that's, you know what I'm saying? But I need my girl to be able to call me. So as long as we're good on that, then we're good on that, or else I give you some of my commissary money or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I think that it's twofold. All right. Drunk Williams pin. Okay, exactly. Like a drunk, a homeless person. They just probably find people that he can exploit to have all this BS all up in their account. And because I'll play it for you. We played a little bit of it once, but there was that guy who was getting ready to get out of jail and he was calling his bail bondsman. And I was like, who is this? Well, Nesto was letting someone use his account. That's not the person that I talked to in the records department. She said that's common. That's nothing that they can even do anything about. It's so common, like you'd have to hire some people, and that's just not what they're doing. Okay, all right. Let's go back and listen from the beginning, and I'm not going to interrupt. I just want to play it so we can talk about it. Okay.
Okay. How long you been up?
Thank you. 5 minutes.
Okay. So I was just sitting
Mm-hmm.
around trying to remember this lady number that I know. They're familiar with this person I'm talking about. So
Mm-hmm.
I might gotta get you to call it, but you gotta get you call it so I can talk to them. Then if that's the right number, then I gotta get you a record while I'm talking.
No, you can't talk to people.
No, they start talking to
Well,
individuals.
indirectly, anybody indirectly, anything indirectly to do is okay if you can, but anybody that's directly, you can't talk to nobody that's directly involved with your case.
Right, that's right, that's right, that's
Unless
right.
unless you're a witness for the defense. That's it.
Right, right, that's right, that's right, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
This is a witness. This is a witness. This is a
Mm-hmm.
witness. This is a witness. If it's the right number. But I can't remember the top of my head, but I was gonna try it anyway just to see if they pick up. So if not, then that ain't it. But yeah. But also, I thought about too how to get my defense together. I gotta get Pinocchio or somebody to go ahead on and file to get my property back. Because I see what they're doing. They're trying to keep me from getting out.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that is. So I got to get my
But it still don't make sense for what they're charging you thus far. It still don't add up to why you took my property.
No, they don't. So I got to get that back so I can sell it and pay for my rent way. And on top of that, the date you said was February the 8th. And
No.
Huh?
February 3rd.
3rd.
3rd. 1.
February 1st?
February 3rd, 2021.
Okay.
And then the other one was the day before your birthday, 2019.
Right. Okay. February 1st. That makes sense to me. That's a month away. So I try to figure out where my place is at. Where my place is at and where was I at at that time. So
when I got out of the hospital, February 1st. And then 2019, he was in California.
Yeah. So I'm trying to figure out how that gonna correspond together. How can they charge me some for some? I don't know. I gotta wait on
Well,
that
they
part.
charged you for something you didn't do.
Right.
But it's even worse if you wasn't even in the city.
Right.
They're trying to charge you for it. They're trying to charge you for something I wasn't even in town for.
Right.
And I didn't do it. Well, more importantly, you ain't do the shit. Wherever they trying to say it happened, I didn't do it. But I definitely wasn't even in town to do that. The thing that will correspond the best way is your phone records against their phone records, whoever is accusing you. Y'all got to be at the same place at the same time that they said it happened. If they said it happened in February, your phone and her phone got to be at the same place.
Right. They do.
I mean, the proof that, other than my words, that I did this. Because you need a kit, which I'm sure that there is no kit because it was never a. So they don't have any kit because it was never no. All of the shit they talking about is just making up because they're such a man.
So,
That's
but still, how can they charge you with that shit?
Man, they do that shit.
Wow.
They do that shit off of somebody's stupid ass word. They do that. They're coming there crying and making it sound so believable. They'll watch the story on TV and come go to the police and say it and repeat that shit like it was them. And they'll just sit there and be like, for real? Yes, and he did this and he did that.
Hold on. Don't give me Trey.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. 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 I want at least call. I want at least call the number and see if anybody else. This is the grandmother. I've been knowing these folks here almost 40 years. I don't know how I remember this damn number. But they got to be about.
Some people never change their number. Some people never change their number.
Okay. Are you ready?
I was just calling them. What was it? Hang up on them?
Huh?
What if you call them and they gonna say hello and I'm like, is this such yeah, okay, click.
Who?
What am I calling to do? You gonna start talking to them?
Yeah, I want to see if she is that her number.
Why don't you just wait to find out what why don't you just wait to find out what is?
Okay, all right, okay, I'm gonna wait.
Yep.
I'm gonna wait. Okay, all right, you're right. I'm gonna wait. Cause I can't think of nothing where nobody can even say no shit like that. Nobody.
It's just somebody that's mad at you. So whoever's pissed off at you. They do feel like that.
Yeah.
It's treacherous world out here, and it's fucked up with how the system is that you can accuse somebody of something and they run with it like it's true.
All right, I'm gonna wait.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait.
I mean, but you're already getting charged with some shit you ain't do. So I mean,
Right.
what else is new? So all the others, all them conspiracy charges is stupid and false. So let's go throw some other stuff. People get charged with a lot of shit they was nowhere around to do.
Yeah, this is true.
Nowhere around to do.
This is true. But
So
life is so fucked up. Life is just so fucked up.
I know.
I'm trying to be
People,
strong. I'm trying to be strong. Ain't no lie to you.
listen, people, men especially live on eggshells because you just don't know when somebody's gonna just flip out and lie on you and just tell a tale. You really gotta. I really drill my son on that. You really gotta be cautious. You really gotta be cautious. I had a conversation with him today. He said that's fucked up. I always tell you that you gotta be cautious of who you deal with. And anybody that's just a liar, female that just like to lie, stay the fuck away from them. It's just a matter of time before they lie on you.
Yeah.
And,
can I eat this food and call you back later on?
yeah, you can.
Okay, well, what's later on?
Whatever, you call me back.
You're gonna be busy. You got the
I
summer on.
listen. Huh? No.
You said you gotta drive tonight.
8 o'clock. Right. 8 o'clock. Well, you can call me after 9. She should be home by then.
Okay, home where?
It don't matter where I'm at. Just call me.
Okay, all right.
Call me. Just call me.
Thank you for watching. Please.
Okay, I want to listen to that again, but we'll do it later. Like after we finish with Dre. So any of you guys who have membership over there on phone calls from prison, you would have heard so dippy ass Sonya. Now I'm gonna give Sonya a little bit of credit, and then I'm gonna take it all away. Okay. So really, it's canceled, right? So I'm gonna say, how they say something nice before you say something mean. Okay. I'm gonna give her some credit for actually being a friend and not allowing Nesto to bother these people because number one, they don't need to be bothered. And number two, it's against your bail, right? Judge Manning, Judge Adams specifically stated to leave these people alone. Okay. That's number two. Now, if you guys have membership over there at Phone Calls from Prison, you would have heard a brief call with a weirdo from Detroit. I think he was from Detroit. And yeah, he's from Detroit, a friend of Sonya's. And homie, like here goes Sonya putting Nesto. Who in their right mind puts your man on the phone with another man who's not his friend? Like just some random guy you talk to. And on top of that, you talk to him about Nesto's business because Nesto's not completely stupid. Okay. He might be slow and he might be dumb, but he's not completely stupid. Okay. Um, this guy is talking about, I friends with Sonya. It ain't on no sexual shit. We just friends like that. Sounded like a complete street dude, very bummish. And Sonya, you know what I'm saying? Like, ma'am is weird. Ma'am is very strange. But like I said, I'm gonna give her a little credit for saving Nesto's neck because let me tell you something. Nesto was lining himself up for having his bail revoked. Honestly. Now, I'm not saying that what could happen, what won't happen, but in my opinion, if they had called that number, oh, it would have been on and popping. Nesto, that call being out here on the YouTube streets, just the fact though that he wanted her to do it and try and asked her on more than one occasion, told her he was going to do it. He told her he wanted her to do it. She stated what was probably not a good idea. And then he says, "Are you ready?" He still wanted her to call. And then Sonya's like, "Well, what am I supposed to do? Just call and hang up? Or what am I supposed to call and say like?" And then she said, so really it may have been 3 or 4 tries before he was like, okay, okay, you're right, you're right, you're right. Okay. If Nesto wants to stay up in that jail and he knows these calls, see, I don't think that he really understands to the degree. Sir, we're listening to everything. Don't you get it? Don't you get it? You didn't understand when Dre told you that we're listening to everything? I don't think he understands. But he what do they say? Fuck around and find out. Girl, I think he gonna find out. So he's actually lucky that Sonya didn't pursue the call, but the fact that he asked her to pursue the call, not once, not twice, maybe three times in that call, that could be problematic just from the standpoint that had you had a willing participant, you would be calling a direct family member to one of your victims, and that's a problem. That's a problem. But you know what I'm saying? Like, we can't make up, like, a lie don't care who tells it, and the truth is gonna come out. And y'all sitting up here trying to purposely hide all your shenanigans in everybody's phone account. Hey, boo boo, how are you? Hey to everyone. Welcome. Happy Monday. We are getting right on up into it. So yeah, thank you. Phone calls from prison YouTube channel. We love to watch. If you hadn't caught that 8-minute video, I'm dropping the link. They dropped it like right here in the lunchtime hour, little lunch treat. Um, and 5 o'clock, it's going down. So let's keep going because it's an hour call. We're gonna be here for like a little minute, and we're gonna get into Dre. But Dre seems to think that because Nesto wouldn't talk to any of the bloggers anyway, that that's supposed to be some sort of a diss. I have my husband is fine. Okay. All right. My husband is not only fine, but he's good looking and he's a hard worker and he's awesome. And on top of all of that, he loves me. I don't give a fuck who Nesto would talk to. Okay. I don't care. I'm not some dippy, insecure, low self-esteem. I don't care. I don't care who Nesto would talk to. Nesto's sitting in the county for almost 2 years. And I don't care that he got Shirley Strawberry. Shirley Strawberry was suffering from low self-esteem and lack of self-awareness. Because maybe just because she can earn a bag, sis got to work on paying her bills and sis got to work on making better decisions about the men in her life. So I'm gonna give her all the credit about career, possibly, because really and truly, Steve's sitting up there living real high on the hog. She should be too. So look, we're not gonna get all up into that. But at the end of the day, Dre had some things to say about the bloggers, and I was just like, sir, are you kidding me? You had to fall out the bushes and laugh. Girl, a mess, right? An absolute mess. Dre ought to be ashamed of himself because a lot of people had Dre's back and were really rooting for him. And I feel like I thought y'all was kind of pissed off at Dre last night. I'm just saying. Then he said she mad because she said I effed her over cause I was married. I She mad cause she said I effed her over cause I was married. I effed her over cause I was married. Okay. I effed her over cause I was married. Okay, let's get through this call and then we're gonna talk about it. What is that? Oh, that's the link to Girl, it's a power lunch. Um, was that in the are you talking about what we just listened to, KK, or in this call with Dre? Now, this call with Dre, he talks about a lot of stuff he really shouldn't have, but I feel like Nesto has been more free to make calls or talk more on these calls because he thought that they were getting away with hiding their calls with other inmate pins and that nobody would ever find these calls. And on top of this, and I don't know if phone calls has found it yet, or maybe she has sent it to him in a pin, like not a pin, but a text message to say they're catching up with us, they're finding our calls. So we got to go back to like really not talking because we're using code names because we don't want the prosecutors to figure out who we are up under Billy Bob and James, John, and Michael, Bill, Paul, and Tyrone's accounts. But we didn't, I don't think they banked on and realized that phone calls clearly, as stated in that little message that they put out, was finding the calls because the call logs are empty. And I think it obviously, I don't think that they're committing a crime, but it's obviously a conscious effort that they are doing to suppress the knowledge of what they're doing. Thank you, Overcomer. I see you drop me something. Let's see what it says. It was refreshing to see. Ooh, it was refreshing to see Dre hold Nesto accountable, but now we see some of his reasoning is suspect. Exactly. I think that I'm trying to put a he's holding him accountable. I don't even know if his reasoning is suspect. I think he still wants to try to hold on to being his friend. And holding on to being his friend is making him suspend disbelief. You know what I'm saying? He has to enact a system of disbelief to be able to still kind of navigate the I want to be his friend. Okay. So, okay, let's get into it. Um
Hang on. Yeah. Mm-mm. But you know me, I die. Sugar, I know I'm.
All you heard. If you remember, Nesto asked Dre how it makes him feel when people call him Nasty Nesto. Take a listen.
You're funny, man. You funny. Just making me
Yeah. So yeah, I be wanting to answer your question. How that make me feel? It makes me feel. What's the word I need to use? I got to make sure 'cause I know I'm being recorded. It makes me. Here's the thing. I've been knowing you a long time. I know you, but now some of the things that I'm hearing, I don't know you. If that's true, and I be like, oh, that's messed up. And I say to myself, I'm just like a fan that's watching this too. If he did that, that's fucked up. And I'll be the first to tell you that's fucked up. And you dead ass wrong, Ernest. But then some of it, I listen at, and I keep listening, because you know me, I dissect things. I be like, no, no, kids and stuff like that. He's very respectable with kids and stuff like that. And he got daughters of his own. I don't believe that. He don't have to have no picture, or whatever, allegedly, in his phone. You know what I'm saying? He got a mouthpiece, give a gab, whether they like it or not.
So what Dre has to understand is, Dre, if you've never done any study on sexual perversion or pedophiles or sexual like things of look, some things are just beyond our thinking. It doesn't mean that someone's not smart or bright or anything. I don't understand the mind of a murderer because guess what, I'm not one, right? I don't understand the mind of a person who has an appetite to go out and do some of the things that they do, right? It was giving, based on the analysis, the forensic of the phone or let's say the device, excuse me, of the device where this media was taken off of. It was giving somewhat of a collector. And what we know is that people who collect those type of images can potentially act upon those images. They can act on it. Now, no one ever said that Nesto was in the pictures. No one ever said that Nesto took the pictures. These are pictures that potentially were sent or that he cultivated, he procured, he bought them. We don't know. Okay, we didn't get all of that in the report. But what we, girl, Girl, like, comment, and describe, okay? Let me tell. So these people are highly trained. It's not just Sonya in an office, some random person. Just like, oh, that looks like a 5-year-old. That looks like a 12-year-old. That looks like someone who's 13. They're taking measurements. They are, because these are people's lives. Also, these are victims. These are people who might be disappeared. These people may have disappeared. These people could be have been found unalive. Like, the ramifications and the repercussions of some of these photos, it's far beyond a nasty picture. Okay. Then you enter in the animals that are being abused. You enter in the weird shit that you're exposing a human to with these animals. Like, you're in it's a very disgusting situation, very disgusting. And a lot of us can't even grasp nor grapple it. And here's Dre chalking it up to, you've got a mouthpiece, you look good, you drive up in a Phantom, you got on jeans, da 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 da. It's not about that. There are that guy, the guy who's sitting in jail right now for the Long Island murders, the Gilgo Beach. That man was an architect, is an architect trained, has an office, employees, a wife, 2 kids, went home, and he was trapping women, hunting, allegedly, been accused of, on going to be on trial for. Um, you don't know what people will do. You really don't. There are plenty of people who you don't even know what they are into. You got people who find out that their neighbors have like damn secret chambers underneath their homes. Like, the fact that he wants to equate Nesto in a Phantom and some jeans not being a pervert, and all of the things that have happened, and I'm just going to say some names, but obviously innocent until proven guilty, or considered innocent until otherwise. At the end of the day, Epstein, Diddy, Weinstein, all of these powerful men, um what's his name, Kevin Spacey, I mean, shall I go on? It's a lot of these people are doing things that they don't. There's people who don't think that there's anything wrong with telling someone to strip. Now, if you work in a gentleman's club and part of your job is taking off your clothes, well, then that makes sense. But there's gentleman clubs that may not even ask you to strip. They may have you get on the stage and do a performance. They may not necessarily ask you to go into the back office and get butt naked. Now, maybe some do. Maybe that's what. But at a barber shop to be an assistant, come on now. Even the strip club does professional auditions, which is bring your dancing clothes, bring your shoes, get on the stage and do a performance that's a professional interview in a setting that would be more appropriate, right? Okay. Um this guy is weird. Yeah, BTK, family man, okay? How many mafia contract killers have we heard of? Well, Jeffrey Dahmer was definitely a strange guy, and they knew he was strange in the apartments, but unfortunately, nobody was listening to the people in that, they were complaining about him. But that's a whole nother situation. But people complain, and it was too late by the time they found out what the shenanigans he was up to. But like, this is my point. Dre is not fit to make that type of determination. Dre, for you, you're thinking as a normal, let me say relatively normal. I'm gonna say it like that. Heterosexual man to a man who may not be. Okay, I'm not saying he is or isn't. I'm saying he may not be, and he's been accused of some situations, and everybody can't be wrong. Everyone's not just piling over to Roswell to come and mess up Nesto's world. Okay?
Now,
Dre couldn't be any more wrong.
Yes, sir.
hold on, chill out. You asked the question, I got it. I mean, just keep it at 100 if I can. This man ain't got the to beg for no pussy? I ain't to pay for no pussy. He never have.
Never have.
And he ain't never put no gun to nobody's head and made them say swipe this and do this and do that. Now, if you talk them and, and what that's different, but forcing somebody to do something, I don't know that side of you.
Exactly.
So that's the part that be throwing me off. Like, huh? No, he don't have to do that. Whether you like it or not, he ain't never had no problem with no woman, period. I'm not saying.
Being into that type of content doesn't mean anything about having problems getting women. It's just not even the same thing. The two things have nothing to do with each other. And I don't know that Dre has put any time and effort into understanding that. It's not anything to do with that.
There's no disrespect to Shirley. I'm not trying to put your business out there, but even before Shirley.
Right.
I've been knowing you 30 years before Shirley. So that's the part that I don't get. I do want to tell that. You ain't got to do all that. And half of y'all saying what y'all wouldn't do, and you ain't gonna tolerate this. Probably you don't know. You don't know what you'll do.
This is true.
You pulled up and that got doggone Phantom and them jeans on and that got doggone blazer, gray cut, and eating five stuff. You don't know what you would have said.
They get away with it for so long because no one believes it since it's not their character. I don't know. I think that now that today in 2024, people are listening to victims. I think there's a lot more diversity in law enforcement and the powers that be that are charged with the task of hearing these type of complaints and situations. And I'm hoping that people are less likely to get away with it, but people also do suppress for whatever reason. And I mean, I think that's a whole nother conversation, but as far as being in someone's character, not someone's character, I think that people are very easily able to live double, triple, quadruple lives. Um, Code switching is a thing. Life switching is a thing. People, people have families across town. People have two families across the country. Nesto potentially has multiple wives. He's been married a how many times? 4 times. We don't know that he's divorced everyone. I mean, Nesto is on the fringe of holding everything together. And I think that he reached a point in his life where a perfect storm of the shit show has came on top of him continuing a certain type of behavior. So I think that's why he's in the trouble he's in right now. I hope this stops soon. This is just so annoying to me.
This is true.
But they keep dogging Shirley out, talking about this and talking about that, and I don't be liking.
Who's dogging Shirley? Who was dogging Shirley? Saying that Shirley was stupid to have a husband like him? Is that dogging Shirley? I don't think that's dogging Shirley out. Shirley needs to know, because if nobody told her, I bet you she found it out on the internet. Shirley definitely needed to know, because nobody was telling her. A lady 747. Some men think all sex acts should be legal. Well, okay. And they can do that if they want to, but find out. And let me give you some overcomer. Yeah. Maybe some do, but they're gonna find out. They're gonna find out today, right? And also, there's such a variety of things that he's been charged with. It's kind of like, if you talk about one thing, then you talk about the next thing. Um, Nesto's ability to pull women has nothing to do with this whole thing. Part of Nesto's ability to pull women is part of his problem with this whole thing. Maybe he's not used to people telling him no. Maybe he's not used to people not being interested in him. Do you see how his wife has, how he reacted to his wife not being interested or his wife not taking his phone call? And then you ask him, are you married? He can't even give a straight answer. As far as I know, to the best of my knowledge. What do you mean to the best of your knowledge? You don't have a marriage certificate? Y'all didn't send in the marriage license or what? Or is it you don't want to admit to the marriage because you're still married to somebody else? And then you got bigamy charges on top of it. Like, which one is it?
That either. Because she she fell in love with you.
Absolutely.
So, but she got to be this, she got to be that, she got to be done, she got to be this and that. That's a part of
Shirley said she had low self-esteem. So I'm sorry. A man who is going to cheat and do all of the things that he was doing and you put up with it. And also clearly, as Dre is going to say, unless I heard it wrong, it sounds like Shirley was paying the bills, as I always suspected. Y'all thought, or some, thought that Shirley was with Nesto for some money. Nesto probably, that barbershop was probably just barely staying afloat. And Nesto seems like the type that when he was getting his booth money or whatever money he was making from that shop, he was trying his best to pay rent for his building and was flipping the money. Probably, I don't know. I'm not saying living lavish, but Shirley had to be spending her salary on something. Man was making $400,000 a year. They were spending it on something.
that I don't like. And it's all black people. No white folk. It's all black.
It's not all black. It's not all black. That's Dre, you're wrong. It's not all black, sir.
It's all of us. There's no white folks.
I just love how when, and I'm gonna say black people, but I love how if a particular culture has something going on, if you're from the culture, you are like the worst of the worst to talk about it. Meanwhile, the problem is not talking about it. So if you're Asian and you happen to be the Asian truth teller, it's a problem. If you're Latino and you're the Latino, it's not, this isn't just the black community, guys. But if you are a sister, as he says, God forbid you tell another sister that there is a better way out here and that, ma'am, this wasn't your only option, sis. You could have really done better than what you did. It's on some bless your little pointy head. Everybody needs to be stroked, coddled, hugged all the way through all their bad decisions. It's not okay to tell someone you fucked up. Dre can tell Nesto he fucked up. Dre can tell Nesto they call him Nasty Nesto. Dre can tell Nesto you're basically a brat. You lose your temper. You act a certain type of way. Nobody can tell you this. No one. It's okay for Dre to tell it. But if someone else from the outside tells it, you're a hater, you're ugly, you're fat, your man don't want you, you must not have nothing else to do, you must not have a job. Nesto thinks people are sitting somewhere in a damn closet. This Negro gonna be homeless when he hits the streets. I'm far from it. All Nesto and Sonya want to do is conspire on how to steal bags when other people are out here trying to make bags. Okay? These I just got some real low life. Like Dre did a little bit too much. Now he wants to be Nesto's friend that bad, and you want to do too much. You want to do the most to keep your friendship with Nesto. You go right on ahead. But nobody was going to fault you for turning your back on Nesto. And I'm not saying at all that you should have, but you deciding to be there for Nesto doesn't mean that you have to throw Dre, all black women, and specifically these black women that get you from Chicago to Memphis or down to Jacksonville and back to Georgia. Like, you're listening, sir. You're listening. You got the like, comment, describe. You got it all down. You know, we've inspired you to want a podcast. You seem to know every damn thing and nothing. Okay. Let me get this thing back started.
All of us. Eat this shit up. Female, women.
What?
What? Nesto is so damn slow. I need to change the internet. I cannot. Oh, no wonder. Okay.
That's all it is. And I'm gonna tell you something else too that I've noticed too.
Wait, let's hear what he said.
And
He
they probably
said,
gonna get me for saying this too.
Dre could say whatever he wants. Dre is not putting money in my pocket. And he could say whatever he wants to say. I'm so not offended. I'm not offended in the least. Okay. All right. I just reset this. I had to switch internet, but hopefully this will make a difference.
There's no white folks. All of us.
Which we already
Eat
know
this
that
shit
that's
up.
not
Female,
correct.
women's.
Women's.
That's all it is. When you look at the bloggers and when you look at their pictures, that's all it is. And I'm gonna tell you something else too that I've noticed too. And they probably gonna get me for saying this too. I don't care. And I'm looking at these females that hosting these shows and hosting these bloggers. I don't know all their names right now. And I'm like, okay. My partner wouldn't even mess with y'all. He wouldn't even mess with y'all on a bad day.
Like it's just, it's sad that Dre's only argument to make like me wrong or anyone else wrong. I'm not going to say anyone's names because I don't know exactly everyone who he's referring to, but I'm just going to put myself up in it. At the end of the day, you can't say anything. Number one, you can't say it's not entertaining because, sir, you're listening. Okay. You subscribed and you're on notification gang. Okay. You're in the premieres. You're probably here in the live right now. Okay. And you seemed a little butthurt that sis doesn't want to even interview you. Okay. Wasn't interested and still not. Okay. But at the end of the day, it's not that I'm wrong. It's not that I'm not prepared. It's not that it's not entertaining. It's not that sis don't have valid points. You want to say Nesto would never date me anyway? I don't care. Sis grown and got a whole husband and not interested. So what does that have to do with anything? That doesn't make, no one's out here talking on this topic to try to get a date from you or your partner in jail. Like, it's just the stupidity of it all, which is why all of you guys are like the damn apple dumpling gang and sitting up here looking dumb and slow all up on this internet. Because if you were really smart, you wouldn't have even had this conversation. So Dre, like I guess I said, I'm going to say something nice and then I'm going to take it back. Dre, you really messed up with this conversation because your any bit of credibility that you had is pretty much gone. Like, to really understand where you're coming from now, I don't even know that you really are Team Shirley. You really are the keeper of the secrets, and you know that Shirley is the better of the best. Like, she's the better of any of these women that Nesto has been running around with, and she provided him some stability. But at the end of the day, if you were really Team Shirley and really Team the Williams, then you wouldn't be the keeper of all of these secrets. Nesto would know that he couldn't even behave like that around you when you've got a friend who conducts himself in a certain type of way. So Dre is phony. Get him, Dre, please. What an idiot, that part. I mean, it's just like, okay, it's a mess. It's an absolute mess. Dre, it doesn't matter what anybody looks like. No one's trying to date this man. No one's interested in this man. Nobody's keeping up on this topic as a potential anything. As far as I know, I mean, I'm gonna just speak for myself. No. That's
Yeah.
not relevant to the topic. This is on some true crime. This is on some celebrity news, and this is on some when crooks are fools. Okay.
That is right.
Wow.
So they sitting at the house, hey, but you don't want
Oh my God.
to put your picture up. You keep putting cartoon characters up. What you look like?
Look, let me tell you something. I could have my picture up here all day, but at the end of the day, this is not about me. Me playing an hour-long video with my face on it. What's the point? Hold on. What's the point? The visual, and see, that's why you don't have a podcast, sir. Okay? Why do I need to have my picture up when we're talking about your ass? Okay? Why do I need, like, you guys want to see what I have on today? Like, at the end of the day, it's not relevant. It's more relevant to talk about, to show. So when we're watching the news at night, are they running pictures of them out at the mall, or are they running pictures of the people who got arrested, who got into the car accident? Are they showing a picture of Bob and Sally at the news desk when they're sitting there talking about Fonnie and Nathan, or are they showing pictures of Fonnie and Nathan? Okay, I'm not in a complete studio setup. So at the end of the day, you want to see my workout room? You want to see my glam room? Is that what you're saying? You want to see more of the house? Is that what it is? You want to see how I'm living? That's not relevant. So you see how people love to bring up so Nesto wouldn't date any of these bloggers anyway. And then now it's you're not showing pictures, but it's never any. You're the one who's sitting there trying to figure out, is your friend a pedophile? You're the one who's sitting there trying to figure out, is your friend accused of rape? But you got a problem with the fact that when I'm talking about you, I show a picture of you. Why do I need to show a picture of me when I'm talking about you? Can you make it make sense? I'm telling a story. And furthermore, if you don't like how I deliver my content, then why don't you activate your channel like you keep saying that you want to? Because it sounds like everybody in this crew wants to be a blogger. Okay? It just sounds like you've been wanting to put up your own podcast, but I don't think you would know what to do, sir. It's not as easy as we make it look. Okay? It's not easy. I'm clicking on your comments, guys. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a mess. Guys, we are only 4 minutes in, if you can believe it, guys. Oh my God.
They chubby.
Right.
They fat. They thick.
What does that have to do with telling the truth? What does that have to do with telling the truth and discussing the case? Can you guys tell me what that has to do with discussing the case? So these are some damn men who are approaching Social Security. They're getting old. Dre is definitely fat. Dre is one of these guys who's thick on top. He's still got his skinny legs. Dre sitting up here got to drive over up and down the road. Dre got a felony background, can't go get a regular job. But you know, I'm not a job type person. Like, at the end of the day, I have my own career, and at the end of the day, I'm doing something else now. I got a whole husband that works a regular hours job, but at the end of the day, like, me as a woman is of no concern to him on how I earn my coins. Just understand everything is taken care of. Okay. You, sir, are the one who has to work, and you are the one who's got the felony background, along with your friend who's been in the county for a year and a half. I just can't wait to see how this Nesto thing happens this afternoon, and what happens. Is he going to get his reduction in bail? And how, and when this trial really gets going, are the indictments coming? Is he getting out? What's going on? Because, you know, this is what trolls kind of do. They want to make it very personal. And I understand Nesto feeling attacked personally. I can understand Dre being mad personally because he keeps hearing his name. He's the one who in this video talked all about his divorce, damn being accused of damn stalkering, all of the things. Dre told on his whole self in this call, okay? But the bloggers, all of a sudden, people fat, people not attractive, people this, people that, but he never once says people not telling the truth. So it's more important how people look than rather people telling the truth. It's more important Nesto and his jeans and his phantom rather than did he grape somebody? Is he running around with some nasty pictures with some juveniles and dogs doing nasty things? Did he actually swindle that lady out of almost $200,000? Did he cheat the teacher? Was he having affairs on Shirley? It just matters how people look, if they're overweight, when you sitting there not in shape. You sitting there not in shape calling other people fat, but it doesn't matter. Never said nobody was lying. It's just Nesto wouldn't be interested in them anyway. Nobody gives a fuck about what Nesto wants. Nigga is in jail, okay? Nobody wants any of that. And if they do, I don't know them. And I'm sure they're not hanging out over here.
It's not saying there's nothing wrong with that. But they want to criticize you and criticize Shirley and criticize everybody else. But they sit in the goddamn house trying to get some likes and stuff, and you ain't all that either.
Exactly. Wow.
Like, look at her. I'd be like, wow. So that's why I have to calm down. I really do. Now, they trying to do entertainment. They trying to put this out there, and they trying to put it like that. Now, they got some of them. There's one or two of them out there. I do like to listen to that because they keep it mutual. You know what I'm saying? They'll say,
keep it mutual.
Now, you know this, and girl, he, you know, it's kind of strange now since he's been in there so long. Now, all of a sudden, now charges come out. What happened to the bad checks? Why are they talking about the bad checks no more? See, that's something to think about because that's what it was all about at first, the checks, money, conning folk.
Well, the checks are, look, they made those no pros. They didn't drop the charges. They made it no pros, and they sent it to the white collar division because they're looking at a RICO. Okay, Dre? They're looking at doing a RICO. Do you know what that is? They're looking at doing a RICO, and they no prossed it. They put it off to the side, and they're gonna come back and revisit it. And maybe if Nesto's lucky, maybe they'll bring back all the no process that they had. I don't know if there's a statute of limitations on the old ones, but Nesto's not new to this. This is what Nesto been doing. Okay. So maybe you guys keep talking. Maybe the prosecutors will bring back a bunch of no process because he got plenty of no process. Okay. I mean, it's like with a friend like this, you almost don't need enemies because, you know, at least I'm going to give it to Sonya. In the last call, Sonya prevented him from doing something that would have had his bail probably revoked. Okay. Dre is sitting here and Nesto really going to drop a whole lot of tea.
The checks no more. That's irrelevant.
But they dismissed that. Did you know that, right?
It's not dismissed. It's
so
not
now
dismissed.
The stuff it is now, every time you make bond, now they saying he did this. So first it was about this and about that. He ain't paid the bills. He ain't do this. They ain't talking about that no more. They talking about these supposed to be pictures that's not even a full picture. That's supposed to be a portion of a picture that's on your phone. Like one girl said, get the lawyer to do forensics, pull the guy doggone file, find out where the picture came from, and see that he sent it, that somebody sent it to him. That's all you got to do.
Thank you, sis.
For that.
Thank you.
I like when they talk like that. Yeah, if you really want to know, this is true. If it's a female, if it's a child, if it's a grown woman, get somebody to pull her. They got specialists for that. And she right.
That's right.
Oh, now he's a pedophile. He's this. And he got a child, and you can't even see the child. That's the part when I be want to call in and say, no, 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 no. Now, if you was a sugar dad or whatnot, whatever, I tell you, yeah. But 19, 20-year-old, he ain't never had to do that. Never.
Thank you.
And I'm not saying this because I'm your friend. I'm saying this because this is what I know.
So 19, 20-year-old, that's legal. And there's plenty of men who are in his age group that love a 19-year-old. Okay. But the fact that he likes a 55-year-old that's shaped up like a 12-year-old, can we talk about that? That he's so fascinated because sis got overalls and a damn ponytail and 92 pounds. Can we really talk about that one? He's so fascinated. A mess.
Been around you.
Mm-hmm.
So now, I don't buy the pictures. They gonna have to show me with you with it, with a tape, and for me to believe it. And then I ain't gonna believe it.
Well, no, it doesn't have to be Nesto's face. Possessing child pornography is a crime. Children are protected and not to be photographed. Photographing a child in sexually provocative poses, situations, scenarios involving props, farm animals, pets, and things of that nature is illegal. It's absolutely illegal. You're not going to see it. If you see it, Nesto's sitting on trial somewhere. You're not going to see it. It's a crime. It is a crime. It's a crime scene photo. That photo is snapped. That's a crime scene. That's a crime. That could be a missing and exploited. Well, we know it's an exploited child, but that could be a missing child. That could be an unalive. That could be lots of different situations. Just because you don't understand it doesn't make it not valid. Nesto, we don't know what the hell that man was into, but I have not heard him say, I never downloaded anything. I never purchased anything. We've heard scenarios from pawn shop computers to I don't even know. Other people use the computer. I don't know what it is. Who got look.
But then, because I'm gonna have to get it from you, because I'm gonna have to ask you face to face. But did you do that?
Oh, absolutely.
Dre sounds stupid at this moment.
You already know. I ain't even got to be in your face. You already know. You already know.
So it's just it get man, yeah, it can get overwhelming at times, and then them folks be calling your buddy this and your buddy that. See,
Dre is still messed up because people said that they look like it was being said that maybe they were in a relationship, these two. They were on some Brokeback Mountain. But at the end of the day, ask me if I care.
I have got some phone calls, but them folks that you know that I know, a lot of them don't be on that like that. Some of them do know, but like my sister, for instance, like Felicia, you probably don't remember Felicia, but my sister, you remember Felicia? Okay, there you go. Right. How Ernest doing? She said, he doing okay. She said, yeah, they got him out there, but half that stuff, they don't believe either. Not like them kids and all that other stuff like that. So don't matter to believe that. I've never seen that side of him. My sister said the same thing too. He just don't seem like that type of person.
Well, at the end of the day, okay, maybe he doesn't seem like that type of person. Maybe benefit of the doubt. Maybe Nesto didn't even, however it is, at the end of the day, those images are on a device that belongs to him. He just needs to have an explanation as to why. That's it. To me, how about just say, you know what, bro? Let me stop you right there. I have a whole I can't give you a reason why that stuff is on there. It's not mine. It's not mine. That's it. That's all. I don't even know what else to say about it. But my lawyer's going to handle it and I don't want to talk about it anymore. The fact that they keep trying to come up with to make it make sense to me is, I don't know. I just think, why, if I know I didn't do something, I'm not spending a whole lot of extra time trying to figure it out or anything like that. It is what it is. The truth will come out and I'm not going to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. The fact that they sit and talk about it to like just go in circles about it, to me tells that Dre is not 100% sure and Nesto doesn't even know what to say. It's not mine. It's not mine. I don't know where it came from. I've never even downloaded anything like that. I don't know what those pictures are. I don't know what they could be. When he's saying it's a child, it's a picture of a child, it's a this, that, and the third. Like at the end of child pornography should just be enough. Just saying CP should just be enough. I'm not into that. I don't look at that. I never downloaded anything like that. Done. You see what I'm saying? That's so easy. Maybe Dre is just waiting for him to say, that's not me. That's not me.
With the kids and pictures and stuff.
Right.
Now, we all know you got a mouth power. You know, we all know you like women. We all know you like nice things. That's just who you is.
That's who I am. That's who I am.
Yeah. Now, how you go about getting it, that's your business.
Yeah. But I ain't abusive. I'm not doing none of that shit.
But see, the bloggers
He's so
and the
stupid.
people
He
out
doesn't
here
even
don't
know.
know that because
He doesn't know what anything means.
What you call them, YouTube or bloggers or whatever their profession is.
You got it right.
When they get a panel, like there's one of them that do it. I can't think of her name. She'll have about 5 or 6 women on there. They all call in. It's like a chat line, and they be asking questions as they playing your video. And them haters that come in now that don't been hurt, don't been abused, don't probably had a man that do way worse than what you done. But I don't see why
Oh my God. I don't see
Shirley
why.
couldn't have picked up on this. And I don't see why Shirley couldn't have picked up. Because if that was me, I would have did this. There's nowhere in the world. He would have been having all my finance. I'm like, yeah.
This is what I got to say. Dre, if you know it's a whole bunch of women over here, because I have about an 89, 90% female audience. I know this is your friend and everything, but why don't you go find one of those good man channels that are talking about Nesto? Why don't you go somewhere where the men are discussing this and maybe you feel a little bit more comfortable? Because this conversation may not really be for you. It may either be over your head or just too gender specific for you to relate. Women talking about a woman's issue from a woman's perspective, the fact that you can't even appreciate that women are getting together to have a conversation about something and you feel threatened by it to the point where you have to tear people down because you don't get it, you don't understand it, you don't appreciate it because that's your partner, just makes you look stupid. Your friend is accused of a host of felonies. Why don't you get into that? Hold him accountable. Like you're sitting in jail, and at the end of the day, these people are that's all we're doing is talking about it. Ain't nobody coming to try to date your friend. Nobody's interested in him like that. And if they are, I guarantee you they're not here.
Yeah. But you can tell they're angry, they mad.
Right.
And it'd be funny.
And first of all, I wasn't handling no finances. What the hell are they talking about?
But no. So they don't.
He said he wasn't handling no finances. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? He wasn't handling no finances. So what does that mean? Shirley was paying for everything? Do you think I felt like that was confirmation that Shirley was paying all those bills, or her business manager, the money was coming from her account.
Don't answer the question. Don't answer it because you're feeding off on the stuff that they're saying. Right. I'm just telling you what they be saying. So don't. Right. Because see, we probably giving them by me and you. We would give them the real true answer that what they seeking for or what they're looking for.
Right.
They call in thinking based on what they think they know, what they wouldn't do. Okay.
I just really am I don't want to say I'm disappointed because I don't have any expectations from anyone, but I feel like this is just some confirmation of why I never really wanted to get too invested in these characters on, oh, Dre, like I said, Dre was getting points from a perspective of seeming like he was pro marriage, but really this phone call to me is screaming, I'm going to run till the wheels fall off with this friend of mine. And I maybe it's cuz the marriage is over and they're talking as two guys, ex-husbands or whatever,
Okay.
which really not, but sorta. I don't know.
Okay. And I'm so tired of talking about Shirley. I don't know what to do.
He said he's so tired of talking about Shirley, he don't know what to do.
I really am. I really am. I don't like that either.
Okay, y'all, let me look at some of your questions. Comments. Just a second. Let's see what's going on here. I'm just like, this call really did kind of like,
Yeah.
seriously, I was really just very kind of disappointed because I thought Dre was like a little better than this, but it was just confirmation to me that birds of a feather flock together. So I wasn't surprised, but it was a little bit kind of like these two are just both dumb. Um, Thank you, Nyla. Do you think Dre is playing the fence? Absolutely. I do. Thank you, sis. That's very sweet. Um, I think he's playing the fence. I think he's playing stupid or maybe just is stupid. I mean, for someone to know as much about your channel and what your content consists of, we know he has parked over to Grown Woman Vibes. There is no mistake that Dre is parked to your channel. Dre is notification gang, 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 and he's over there saying girl la la and all the things. And I don't know if he's just trying to get Nesto to come around and talk. I'm not sure what it is, but he is definitely playing the fence. And he knows very much that these calls are coming out on the internet. He's got a different perspective from Nesto. Nesto knows people are listening from like a paranoid standpoint from Sonya. But as far as like the real, Dre has been driving home that we in his ass on this internet. Okay. And for him to talk about how much investigation, how much work, I mean, just as quickly as you can prove someone is guilty, you can prove someone is innocent. If I found information in all of this paperwork, all of these reports that kind of put something in a different light, I don't have a problem bringing it to y'all. This show is not about me trying to find anybody guilty. I don't. This is on some true crime. If Nesto is guilty, he's guilty. If there's something that exonerates him, then it just does. But the fact that Dre would start to personally attack people after people have given him a lot of support and big upped him as being a good friend, and the only way that he can reach back to his friend is by being an asshole and talking about the blogger community. I just find it very cute how the number one go-to diss is to diss the bloggers when, you know what, Nesto could have just been sitting in the bottom of that jail being forgotten about like the rest of the people up in there. You know what I'm saying? Like if you want to talk about the forgotten people in the jail, Nesto could have been one of them. You know what I'm saying? So I do think he's riding the fence from a perspective that I think at this moment he's telling his friend what he wants to hear. But I'm also kind of like, well, damn, is that how you really feel? Because you've been getting a lot of credit out here. And I don't know that Dre even deserves the credit that he was getting because it doesn't seem like he even deserved that at all.
I really am. I don't like that either. You know, I want
It's really kind of unfortunate.
them alone.
But thank you, Nyla. I
Yeah.
appreciate that,
Let
sis.
her deal with what she got to deal with. And she's a sister. And he's a sister.
I don't care if I was a mustel. I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to call it like I see it. And at the end of the day, we don't have all of the evidence. We've got a lot of affidavits, statements, accounts, all of those things that put Nesto in a certain light. It's his job to prove otherwise. Him being a brat and him having all this conversation back and forth with Sonya and all this stuff with Dre, it doesn't prove shit. Only thing we're going to know is what we know when they start to lay out all that evidence, if in fact he gets indicted. If they indict him, then people like me, you, and you, everybody out here, people like us sat down in a room and got to see what they have and made a decision based on that, that there was enough to potentially put this man away, that the state has enough to pursue a case. That's what that means. It doesn't even mean that they don't have a real case. It means that when the people sat down, they checked off on a list of criteria that says that the state has enough to go ahead and bring something. So the fact that Nesto wants to sit around and pretend like he's in jail for no reason, you're in jail because you sat up here and you were doing the most around Atlanta. That's one thing. He never even. Let's see if we can make this thing move.
We're talking about another sister.
That's their situation now.
No, please.
That's what's messed
You're a
up.
whole man talking
You
about
got
a
the
bunch of
guys
women.
calling in too. Some of them, not as much as the women though. You have more women calling in than guys. They want to chime in and put their little 2 cents in too. Nigga, sit your bitch ass down some damn well. And you probably out here, and then they act like they've been in church and Sunday school all their life and don't walk the straight line like they ain't never done nothing in their life either.
This is true.
How do you know this is true, Nesto? You don't
Let me
know.
be clear on this telephone. Yes, I do know you. I mean, allegedly, until you get proven guilty. But now, whatever. If it's,
I mean, Nyla, that's it right there. I do know you, allegedly. Like, come on. Do you imagine if one of your best girlfriends tells you that they know you allegedly? I would be done. I would be done because to me that would say, like, obviously people don't know you. People know certain aspects of you, but people know what they think they know. And for him to say to him, I know you allegedly, that was a on the fence right there. But
be
I
the
love
first
that
one just like
question.
them. If they find
He's
evidence and you
definitely
did
on the
it,
fence. I feel like I'm gonna have to switch computers because this is, I don't know what this is. Okay, we're gonna get to it. Mm. All right, let me look at some more of your comments. Great Uncle Dre. Yeah, it's Mrs. Real Talk Bougie to you. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you saying that. It's deflection. I was really kind of I was a little hot about that. I'm not gonna lie. Because I was just like trying to insult me about like me just doing my job out here on the YouTube streets, and you actually watch and enjoy the programming. I just think that that's a little bit of like an asshole move because you know good and well that you are on notifications and you enjoy this content very much. You sitting up there kikiing and listening to what your friend got going on, and you say it's funny and everything. Like if my friend were sitting in jail, I would never tell them that I'm sitting and kikiing and laughing to at their misfortune of what's going on.
yeah.
Like that just doesn't even make any sense. How are you sitting there telling your friend who's sitting there in jail that you think it's funny that some of the bloggers are funny and they got the you know all about it. Um I don't get how you justify sitting on the fence. I mean, that's really what it is. But Nesto's too dumb to see it. Now, Sonya don't like him. And that's interesting. I think that Dre has been playing, as much as sitting on the fence, maybe it's really he's playing both sides. I have to think about it a little bit more, but he's doing something. He's definitely doing something. He needs to talk about Sonia dragging Shirley and Sheridan with Nesto. Um, I wonder. And they've been hiding phone calls. They've been over there using accounts, using other people's pins, and it's like if phone calls from prison can find it. I'm gonna go get my other computer in just a second. I'm gonna see let this play, and I'm gonna.
Yeah, I was there. I was at the shop.
It just keeps stopping. Let me see. I'm on normal speed. Okay.
I was there. I met both of them.
Yeah.
That's why I said I didn't want to get in there and sit there. It didn't happen like that.
Yeah.
But they trying to
Thank
piece
you,
it
sis.
together, buddy. They trying to piece it together. I hope you do get found innocent and clear all charges and get you a book deal or get you a movie made out of this and get you a couple of millions and it's legit. Because I already know you're going to cut the guy doggone fool. I already know that. And then come back 2 or 3 years from now and get you and talk about everything that went on and see what they say now and see who's going to jump on your bandwagon if anybody jump on it.
Yeah.
They become that for a damn job.
Yeah, you're right.
These are some low life ass, and then ask for everybody. You know what I mean? It's 2024. Everybody is not looking for a job. And shouts out to anybody who is, and shouts out to anybody who is in career and enjoys a career that consists of clocking in or a job, whatever you want to call it. But this is such a entrepreneurial world now where you can really make your own money and write your own checks out here and pick up your own bags. This mentality of trying to have people at your feet and begging from you, it's really kind of pathetic. It does give me a window into what type of these people these are. These are not anybody, like I would never really want to have anything to do with any of these people because the mentality is not the same. But they seem to think, but Nesto was living in a different type of world. He was over there in Shirley's world and he bought that trash canism into Alpharetta or wherever it was that they were living once upon a time. And he's a bum. He's a bum who was driving around in a Bentley. He's a bum who was able to use some relationships that he had with women to lease buildings and open businesses that really his businesses, the minute he went to jail, his businesses are closing. His businesses were shell companies, just like they said they were. It did we ever hear Shirley say I went over to the building and I shut something down, or I went over to Nesto's private security and I had to go ahead and shut the business down? Were any of those businesses anything that had to be shut down, paychecks cut, nothing? The minute he went to jail, we never heard nothing about nothing. Shirley wasn't even a rush to go get his truck that was sitting there getting ready to be repossessed. The G-Wagon getting ready to be repossessed. Everything. A bunch of bums. Shirley was just making money. Shirley was making money, but she was with a whole bum. And that's not dragging Shirley. That's the truth. I would love to hear her daughter, Panay, any of the people, all the people that commented in her comment sections, telling her, warning her, don't marry him. He's horrible, this, that, and the third. At the end of the day, yet Dre didn't do him any good with this call. And I'm sure that, whatever Sonia's plan was, to think it was cute to hide phone calls, Nesto needed to get a good dose of shut the fuck up a long time ago. but Nesto got so used to running his damn mouth, they tried to figure out any way they could for him to run his mouth when he should have been working on himself. And now he has to deal with thousands of hours of audio of him running his mouth when he should have been shutting the fuck up. That's his own fault. Nesto's going to get what Nesto gets because that's what he deserves. Everybody else who knows they can't talk in jail shuts the fuck up and doesn't talk in jail. But here this guy is trying to be cute. And guess what? It's 2024 and this is entertainment to us on the YouTube streets. Okay. All right. I'm going to try and let this play and go get my other laptop and see if I can make something, do something to fix this lagging situation.
And I know they probably saying Drake's full of shit. Drake just naive and dumb as him.
What?
Yep.
They jail buddies. I'm sure when they see this video. But let me tell you something else I noticed too.
Thank you, JK.
And one of the bloggers said last night, they pick and choose the videos that the jail calls that they want to play too. They ain't playing all of them. See the
Y'all, we gonna be here all day. Let me address that real quick. Phone calls from prison. Let me tell you something. As I've been putting up the throwbacks, right? Putting up video of audio is work. It's work. Okay. And what they do also, they have other content that they drop as well. Okay. Dropping the calls in sequence does make sense now. But what they did was, to me, this is my opinion of watching this play out since the beginning, is that they were able to listen to enough calls to weave together a story to make it interesting. Had they dropped the calls in chronological order and we didn't know what the hell they were talking about, wouldn't have us all here right now. Okay? It just wouldn't. If you go to my playlist, I've got like 1 through 22. So from the first call from when he hit Cobb County and moved, because obviously Fulton County, we don't have access to that, right? So the first 22 calls, right? It's a drag, it's work posting that stuff up. That's why it's been a little bit slow. Phone calls from prison have weaved it together to make it a very interesting, editorialized situation to where they're telling us the story. They listened ahead, they listened behind, and they made it make some sense to make it feel like us. Now, those of us who are really into the story want to hear it from the beginning because we know who the people are. Does that make sense? So the fact that you're going to sit and criticize other people's work when you can't even do it, you're too stupid to not even be in it. Like the nerve, the gall to criticize something you don't even do. Because your ass getting caught out there and your ass is getting caught out there and your ass is getting caught out there. Shirley, on top of just, on top of everything, Shirley is the smartest one in this whole entire bunch. Because you know what? Sis makes $500,000 to $1 million a year. She's not fucking with you anymore. And at the end of the day, ma'am was smart enough to stay away from your ass. Yes, she's on some phone calls, but she didn't show up on a visit. And she made sure that outside of where did they, the beauty supply, how they know where your beauty salon was, that whole thing. I mean, there's a few calls where Shirley kind of doesn't look the best, but Shirley got herself up on out of there. Okay. And this argument about not dropping them in chronological order, it's not for you how we enjoy this content. It's for us. You guys are what's for lunch. We're sitting at the table. We hit the go button. We're watching the content. You are the content. You are content. I'm the content creator. And these people out here, you are the topic. See, people don't like when they become a topic. They don't like it. Dre could have faded out a long time ago. Dre didn't have to take calls on them random numbers. Dre could have shut the fuck up, but he didn't want to. He wants to keep being cute, knowing that he gets a good reaction on the YouTube streets. Because by the time this phone call happened, it's Dre. Dre's over here playing with Nesto in his face. I don't know if Dre's playing both sides of the fence from I'm gonna get him to say what I need him to say. I'm gonna make Nesto look stupid, or I'm still trying to be his friend. He seems like he's just all over the place. What do they call it? A flip flopper? Okay, Dre is all over the place. Okay. Dre is fully aware what the read is on the YouTube streets at this point. He's telling us about Felicia. He's talking about someone whose name starts with an M and someone whose name starts with a C. He said your best friend's sister whose name starts with a C. I was like, are they talking about Corliss King? Corliss? Remember Erica King sliced her sister's tires? Corliss? Your best friend? The Queen of the South? I don't know. He didn't say, but if Erica is his best friend, yeah, she got a sister whose name starts with a C. I was like, see, y'all did a lot. They did a lot of talking. They were doing so much talking to the point I got my little notebook and was writing stuff down.
Ones that ain't got no substance to it, they try to get the ones that's messy that they can twist and turn.
Right.
Because a lot of me in your jail calls talking about positive stuff ain't being aired, ain't being played.
No, they ain't doing that.
I ain't heard them.
Wow.
I ain't heard them. Now, if I sit here and say something and they think it's something that they want to hear, they'll put that on there tomorrow.
So again, dear Dre, please tell Nesto to refrain from using other inmates' pins so we can find your calls. I told you guys about this a long time ago. We don't have to talk about it again, but if you slide back, we already talked about it. At the end of the day, they've been hiding calls up in the, Nesto has been, it's not even that he's swapping pins. He doesn't even have anyone using his pin anymore. He has a few times, but he's probably getting money put on someone else's books, someone who's down on their luck and doesn't have anybody, and they can make phone calls, and then he can get his calls through Sonia. And they were thinking that they could speak freely and not be detected, but oh well. Okay, somebody passed the collection plate because RTB is they think that they're so smart. And the thing is, if you are innocent, then you shouldn't have to be running and hiding from anything. And I mean, the bottom line is you're in jail and you don't get any privacy. You have relinquished some of your freedom because you were out here not following the law. I mean, that's just what it is. I mean, I don't know how else to say it, but that's just what it is. And thank you guys for all of the super chats and stickers and Cash App. Okay, I'm gonna let this run for a second, and I'm gonna go get my other computer and see if I can get rid of this lag because it's aggravating to me and it's gonna take us forever.
Damn.
That's what I do notice. Since we've been talking, a lot of them ain't came out.
No, they ain't not putting nothing positive about it.
All negative.
But if you get a chance and it cross your mind, I would like to just check in, sure, just check on it. Not for me now, just for health and everything, because I don't want to be no.
But now, I thought about that. Even before you said that, I wanted to do that because I don't want her to think. I heard her on one of the videos that she made a statement and said all of this is on her and the lawyers and stuff. And then if you made bond, it's gonna be on me because she said, and I. And it is. Yeah.
Okay, y'all, I'm back. Just give me just a second.
No, not Shirley. on one of the bloggers, they got one of y'all phone calls, but she's talking about the lawyers or whenever you're supposed to be doing the money. And Shirley made a statement, and just I guess everybody in the world know that what you call it, paying for the lawyers. Shirley, award paying for them. They know that. So when Shirley made the statement and said everything was on her, that she was running out of money or whatnot, whatever, they're going to take that and run with that, that she ain't got no car right now, she needs transportation. That's headline news in the blog.
Well, because Shirley's making all this money and Shirley's broke. I mean, that's shocking because there's a lot of women out here who are single moms or just single women or just two income families who work hard, make good money, and that's very scary. People want to I hate to say it, but people do want to hear just as much about people making a lot of money and keeping their money and making great investments. People sometimes do want to hear about the decline because people in a way want to kind of know what not to do. How in the world do you not have money? How in the world are you the damn co-host of the baddest radio show in the land and sis getting evicted 11 times? Like, can you make it make sense to us? How are you doing the strawberry letter and ma'am, your husband is a shit show? How are you getting why are all the cars in repossession? Why are you having dispossessory hearings? Why do you not have a real lawyer? Why is Erica King pretending to be April Holloway at an eviction hearing? Why is Nesto getting sued for a motorcycle that was sitting in front of a house that he says he knows nothing about, that's next door to the fake lawyer, and he was sitting upstairs in the fake lawyer's house on the Zoom hearing? Why? Can you tell us what's really going on? Because we, the internet, would like to know. That's all I'm saying. That's what I want to know. How did all that happen? But Nesto says everybody is lying. Everybody ain't lying, sir. They got a screenshot. I swear I hope Kevin Majeski's there today. Shouts out to Kevin Majeski. If you out there, make sure you hit the like button for us. But at the end of the day, Kevin Majeski said they got a screenshot of Sir sitting in the second floor office at 990 Pine Grove Road with Erica pretending to be April Holloway during the dispossessory civil hearing for Shirley's house on Bent Creek Manor, where he had April, aka Erica, pretending to be the lawyer.
Understand why they ain't got that ad that you got? Why is that not here?
No, right. But look at what she done been through, or look at what she's going through, and that's fine. And all because she's helping her husband. That's what they don't like.
I got you.
No one said Shirley shouldn't pay Nesto's legal fees, but no one said they were mad because she wasn't. Okay? I don't think I heard anyone say Shirley shouldn't be paying anything. When we found out how egregious he was to be sitting there talking to Sonya about her putty cat and how he wants to come lay up in her stuff and how nice her breasts are and what he wants to do when they get out and playing our girl Shirley like a fool, yeah, then it's kind of like, sis, keep your coins and go pay your taxes, okay? Because you're throwing good money after bad, okay? That's when it got to be, I hope Dre's listening. Only time that I think people were telling Shirley to leave that ninja alone and keep your coins in your purse was when we realized what the fuck was going on and how he was basically playing her. Are you kidding me? I don't care. She's married to him, but God don't want you to be stupid. And Shirley got many, many, many signs over the years, and she didn't heed any of them because she was trying to stand on her faith to be a good wife. But when it came smacking her in the face, punching her in the gut, and kicking her in the ass, she had to make a decision. And she finally listened that, you know what? This ninja's not for you. And you need to let him go and you need to leave him alone. He is for the streets and he is nobody's husband. And he actually may be someone else's husband. So pick up your face and leave that ninja alone.
I got you.
Prior to you, she had all that.
All that.
Quiet as kept. Had all that.
This is true. This is true.
Jesus. This, I don't know. I'm just so glad when you get about this goddamn shit. I'm telling you now, I really do.
It's coming, man. It's coming. Trust me, it's coming. We just got to keep living, man. It's coming. It's coming. I got some.
I pray for you. Yeah, I pray for you. I ask God. And he already know.
He know.
If he innocent, clean.
Okay, I'm logging into my other computer.
Get him out here, you're going to have to cover him.
Absolutely.
Don't know about it, but you know. You need to deal with him. And he know too.
And he know.
Y'all, this is such a terrible lag. I hope it gets better on my other computer. We'll see.
He know.
Right.
He know. He definitely knows. Well, you know what? Like I said, like due time. It took some time for you to see and listen and do your due diligence. How you do your thing.
I was tripping on the fact that he said due diligence.
Well,
look past the bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so where are we at right here? Okay, give me just a second. I'm swapping out. Okay. And thanks to everyone who's here right now. I appreciate y'all. If you're on the replay in the future, please go ahead and hit the like button for me. Make sure that you are subscribed because my chats are subscriber only. And I do appreciate y'all coming through. Let's see if this is going to work better. I hope it does. If it doesn't, I'm not going to hold y'all too long. We might just have to get back into it a little bit later when my systems are cooperating better. But I feel like StreamYard, I don't know. It could be my internet, but we see. Okay. All right. Let's see if this works.
Got all that. And what they're trying to do, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah.
I heard you say that. Now, I just need to hear from you as your buddy, bloggers, as your real true friend that I've been knowing. Whatever goes on or whatever come out of this, you gonna. I know you're gonna come through this shit, right? That's the part that I don't want to be worried about.
Okay.
You can cry all you want to. You can go walk the yard and that's what we do and get this, go lift some weights or whatever, get the frustration out. Right. I'm talking about giving up and all that other stuff right there.
Right. Well, here's the thing. I'm not giving up. I don't have that kind of feeling. It's just sometimes, my mouth gets sewed up.
I agree with you, Leandra. I do. I really do.
The black dude was getting trapped by the white lady, and he couldn't, and the people couldn't talk because they had hypnotized him, and their true self couldn't come out. That's how I was feeling. Am I feeling like that now? No.
Okay, so
towards the end now, and more.
So Dre boosts him up to get answers to his questions. So Nesto, just like a true narcissist, definitely likes to have his ego boosted. So I agree because we've talked about this before with Nesto and Sonia. Their love language is words of affirmation, right? Those two almost get horny off of it, okay? You say, Sonia, that ponytail looks nice, sis, about to just, she feels like she can go fly off a building, okay? You tell Sonia she looks young, man, that's you just gave her $1,000. You just gave her a whole stack to put in her purse and go do whatever she wants to with, right? Sis feeling good. All right. So I think that yes, him telling Nesto, I got your back, him telling Nesto what he needs to hear, yes, it does get Nesto feeling comfortable to talk. Absolutely. So yeah, I agree.
Or more coming that God is showing me the light. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you're trying to, well, I can. Sometimes you got to be prideful. Prideful will kill you too. Uh, and on top of that is the devastation that somebody put a title on me like that, and knowing God, no, that's not my mo. I don't give a damn about anything else. But as I done did all that time before for somebody to do, and then I know the rules. That was the part that damn, this is how I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die for something that's not my mo. You think it just took me everything in my power to call you to tell you what they charge me with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to. That's a call. That's like a death call to
I
me.
would be like, you're
Mhm.
not putting up
You know what I'm saying?
nothing.
But I had to call you because you're my buddy. I had to call you and tell you what these folks were doing to me. So it just yeah. But I'm better now. I'm not taking no medication. I'm not no seeing no psychiatrist. I'm not broke down.
So y'all think I've heard people say this before. Do you guys think Dre is trying to make some moves like put out a certain energy so Shirley would talk to, I don't think Shirley should talk to none, like she should leave all these people in the dust. You don't have kids with him, you don't have house with him, you don't have property with him. She needs to leave all these people in the rearview mirror and take and just and be like, who? Like she should never. But yeah, I see what you're saying, and that is a definite possibility. And if Shirley is hurt enough, it could happen. But I'm hoping that that is not the case, because girl, that's very weird. But yes, you never know. Yeah.
Down like that. No, no, I'm not broke down like that because see, I got to keep. Listen, what I want to say is that news like that shit will have you so fucked up. It's like me being a woman and a child of mine got killed, and she don't know why the baby got killed.
I got you. I'm
Exactly.
with you. I
Yeah.
feel you. I went through
That's
the similar thing through my divorce.
yes, yes.
When they saying I was stalking, I was a stalker, and I was a threat to her, and I was dangerous, and they didn't know who I was no more. I don't know if he's gonna kill me or not. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Huh? I've been with you 15, 20 years, but no. I got it. But what I'm saying was, she knew the deal. You knew the deal. But that white man, the DA that was trying to prosecute me, that was trying to get a case, he didn't know the deal. That's the picture that he's playing.
Yeah,
right.
but you know what? If your wife hadn't called the police, I don't know who called the police for Dre to be in that trouble. But if his wife called the police or the neighbors called the police, someone looking out the window called the police, you did that to yourself. And if it was your wife who called the police, why you got to be why are people mad at the people doing their job? If the DA's job is to make a case because you were out here acting a complete fool, why are you mad? Why not be mad at yourself for acting a fool? It sounds like your wife called and made a complaint on you and you were acting crazy and you had to pay some money to get your ass up out of it. I just love how people mess up, fuck up, and it's everybody else's fault. The funny thing is that Nesto and his people, they don't even they low key try not to even blame the people that reported them, like, oh, they didn't mean it that way, they didn't mean it as a crime, they just, I don't know, they were saying this and they were saying that, and then but it's the police, it's the district attorney. Guess what? The police and the district attorney wouldn't have the case if it wasn't brought to them. Your wife is probably who called in on you. You acting a fool around that house is what got you called in.
Only difference was between your situation and mine. I was out here and I was able to fight it from out here.
Right.
I went in there. I had to go to different lawyers to try to fight it because they were destroying my character too. Yeah, nigga was cutting the food because I was hurt a little bit. I might have said some things or whatnot, whatever. But in that courtroom, that shit he was talking about, no. Then you lying on me too.
Yeah, I remember them folks calling
Yeah.
me out. I remember when they called
Well,
me
why
out.
is it got to be that the DA's lying on you? What about your wife? What about your baby mama? What? But wasn't she the one who's lying on you? You think that they just made it up from out the clear blue? She wasn't calling. How did they get the case to begin with? They got the case because ma'am told it. But you're not gonna talk on your baby mom. But your baby mom spoke on you. Okay, that's how they got the case.
Yeah. Then now you're trying to say I'm a
She's
convicted
probably
felon with a
too scared.
firearm. Now
Look,
you
just like
over.
Nesto'S ex-wife. Nesto'S ex-wife was like, I didn't talk to Chronicle Speaks, knowing good and well Chronicle Speaks spoke to you. But you sitting up there talking about, I didn't speak to her. Well, who'd she talk to then? Where'd she get all that paperwork? Where'd she get all that information from? But when Nesto called acting a fool, she said she didn't ever talk to her. These people, this whole circle of people are liars.
Ruled everything. He's going back for this. That ain't my daddy gone. And it was.
Yeah.
But I had to fight.
Yeah, to fight.
Had to fight.
They put the motherfucker all the way in your lap, like you finna go all the way ham.
So all the way. Come out, my fingerprints was on it and everything. Oh, he had it. He was going to kill her that night. He was out there in Powder Springs. What's that?
Yeah.
So they just made up a story about you going to kill your ex-wife. So you think they just said, you know what? Look at that ninja over there. Let's go ahead and create a attempted murder case on him. Ma'am didn't call and report you. Like you said, you weren't out there acting a fool. Don't you isn't it crazy how you can hear people create a whole scenario on how they didn't do something, and even the person who told on them, somehow they didn't do it either, and the police are just out here trying to create cases on you? Your wife called on you. She said you were trying to unalive her. That's how that happened. You can pretend all you want that you weren't acting crazy. Nobody made up a case on you, Dre. You were acting crazy. She called the police and they thought you were going to do something to harm her. You were stalking her. You were hurt. But you think that the DA just made up a case on you when your wife called to say she was scared and she thought you were going to do something to her? See, this part of where I was like, Dre, yeah, I'm good on Dre. I don't hate Dre. I don't dislike Dre. Like I told you guys at the beginning, this is not personal for me. But as far as him and what he brings to the table in this story, he really told a lot about himself in this call to me. I could be wrong. You guys, if we have a differing opinion, I know you guys are dropping them in the comments in this chat, and I'm going to read them. And then also, if you're on the replay, make sure to put it down in the comments. Am I getting this wrong? Because I just think that Dre told us a lot about himself, his relationship with Nesto, everything in this call. Ooh.
I did, but I didn't have no gun in my hand. The lawyer sent it off and filed for the fingerprints and whatnot, whatever. And the fingerprints not on that gun at all.
But that's what the DA said.
Right, that's what the DA said, but I didn't give up.
But that may have been what your wife said.
I did.
That might have been what your wife said. They're going to ask 911, does he have a gun? I don't know. Like, what did you say? Did you say you had a gun? Did she see you with a gun? Is it because you're a felon? You just want to reiterate you didn't have a gun? Like, come on now. Dre, you're talking way too much.
It cost me too for being, well, let's be clear. My stupidity should have sat out some damn well.
Well, Well, I'm gonna say this right here. All that stupidity I got right here is trying to help somebody, and them people know who they are, and I guarantee
Mm-hmm.
they're fucked up right now, and I know
Mm.
they're fucked up right now, and I know in the back of their head, damn man, you know what? That motherfucker did take his time to help me. So guess what? Let that be known as well on the statement, and motherfucker know that. So I'm not gonna sit here and twist myself and say, oh man, I should. No, sometimes. Some people cold-blooded. Man, fuck no people. Let people figure shit out on their own. You need people. Sometimes people to goddamn make success go. I don't give a damn what nobody say. You can't do it all by yourself. You kill yourself.
Well, I tell you what. Actually, I was gonna tell you this. I don't know. You don't piss off somebody. I don't know who you don't piss off, or I don't know who want to see you out the way. And listen to me carefully. I don't know if you pissed off somebody or not, but they're on the outside looking in, right? I don't know who you don't pissed off or who you don't promise something and didn't give it to. These second rail charges that they're trying to say that you done, and these statements, these serious and sexual assault charges, that's some cold shit right there. That's just like us being in there being labeled as a boy or punk, and we know how we don't want that tag on us. Then I don't want my family talking about I was in there doing this and doing that, because that's not what I was doing.
That's right.
So if that's not true, and you don't went down there and made some statements or done told some folks, and now I got that white man listening to try to bring this against him, I'm gonna plant this in his phone to make it seem like he's doing this. That's a cold move right there, boy. Whoever doing that, if it's true, they trying to get rid of your ass. The damage is done.
Well, here's the thing.
Look, I'm going to just use a Nesto'ism for a second. The killing part to me is the fact that you spend so much time in thinking of a scenario about a scenario rather than what actually is. And Nesto, tell me, like, what about you and this real estate agent? Tell me some more about that. What about you and the teacher? Like, what, you know what I'm saying? Like, I read what they said. Can you, like, they got so, like, to me, if the fact that you can sit and think so much about something that you're making up and not actual allegations, like they're spending more time creating scenarios to make it make sense of how you didn't do it and how people are framing you rather than what actually is. I don't understand it. To me, these are like two, I mean, I'm sorry to say it, but I feel like it's on some loser stuff at this moment.
Two people trying to make this is a career move, and I'm gonna leave it just like that.
Okay. No. Don't say no name. Let them figure it out. I'm just saying to myself, okay, all the other stuff, the little check and didn't pay for the car part. Okay. All right. That's fine. All right. Making moves doing it. But this second way, I don't know who that is or what would possess them if it's not true for them to do that. Now, if it's true and they defending themselves and you did that, I'm gonna tell you, buddy, you fucked up. You did that wrong. If you did that, allegedly, let's be clear.
Right.
If you did all that and you them, Ernest, okay, I'm gonna tell you as your partner, you did it goddamn wrong.
Okay.
And what the hell you gonna do that for? You don't need to do that. You never had to do that.
Thank you.
I'm saying allegedly, so I just want to make sure when if they hear this. Well, Dre said he did it. No, Dre didn't say that.
Okay.
I'm just letting you know that this second real thing, that's serious right there.
No, it is.
And they talking about they got statements and all that, and I'm just
where's the statements at? I ain't seen no statements.
I don't know, Nesto. They'll tell you what they say. Allegedly, these folks went and found it. They got.
How are you in jail for a year, over a year? Which we do know that he did write Shay Alexander, and I've shared that letter with you guys. It's on the community page. the letter he wrote to Shay asking for copies of his case. Um, how are you in jail now for like, I don't know, 15, 16 months at this point, and you've never seen the affidavits, you've never seen the arrest warrants? I mean, I think he has them now, but he was so busy running there talking to Sonya all damn day, being distracted, arguing with Shirley about her damn hair and going to get a pair of fucking shoes. And is she going to let him come home? All of the nonsense. And you have not even spent a minute reviewing your case. You sitting up there watching the news and worried about Young Thug and trying to find out and listen to the tea and go run to the phone when Sonya brings her little self over there with them ugly ass t-shirts and Easter shoes, and you haven't read your affidavits and arrest warrants? You trying to tell us that you really don't know why you're there, and you've had like 11 lawyers? None of your lawyers have sat you down. I find it hard to believe that you got arrested in July 2022 and November 2023. You have never seen a warrant, an affidavit, a anything. You've never seen nothing. Your lawyers haven't shared nothing with you. They haven't told you anything. They haven't showed you anything. Nothing. I find that hard to believe.
And you
For
did it. Somebody had to make a
$40,000.
statement somewhere. I don't know where it come from.
I'm gonna say it just like this here. I ain't gonna talk no more. I can't talk no more.
Okay, don't talk. No, right. If the pictures are false, why are they saying it's in your phone on your laptop? Which one is it? Is it his laptop or is it got doggone cell phone? Is it a teenager or is it a little high school girl? Which one is it?
Right. Well, I don't do that.
No. I'm just no. And this this animal thing too. That took me for a loop too. I can't be around animals.
Is this a friend? Like, do you imagine your friend talking to you about all this on a recorded line with the jail? Is this it's kind of like, damn, Dre. I think you know better how to talk and not talk to people on a recorded jail line. And you really violated a lot with this call. Like, you're going in. You're doing a lot.
I don't even like dogs. He ain't got a fish aquarium in his house. He don't even have no. What you mean you can't be around animals? I ain't ever known you to be with a woman that had a dog. If she did,
I mean, it's kind of giving frenemy to me at this point. Are you guys think? I know some of you guys love Dre. I'm just saying, this is Dre backhandedly dragged him in this call and said a lot of stuff he should never have even said.
You didn't want him in your goddamn car. You couldn't have got to go. He couldn't ride back there.
You remember that?
You got that? I remember it. Now, dog, where you going? Me and the dog. No, dog ain't going. He said, like, hell, you gonna put that motherfucker in a killer. So what do you mean you can't be around animals? I'm confused on that one too.
Boy, I woke you over that shit there, boy. That shit was funny right there, boy. Hey, man. Yeah, you know me. You definitely know me, bro.
That's the part that I can't wait when me and you talk. I need to know, where is this shit coming from? Yeah. And these DAs that's trying to get a win and trying to move on to the next to be a judge or assistant judge or have a rank. If that's what you got to do to get promoted, dude, goddamn, I don't need to move up like that. Give me the facts. Give me the evidence. And I'm going to prosecute your goddamn ass if this is what you done, allegedly. But just to make up some shit because somebody done brought me and they ain't got nothing.
You have 1 minute remaining.
Yeah.
You're tired of hearing about your record when you're 18, 19 years old. Okay, and what's new? And what I got to do with 2023? And?
Yeah. Are you catching on? Yeah, you catching on.
Ain't nobody caught on. I've been caught on. I just ain't saying nothing.
Okay. Okay, I appreciate it, then, brother. I appreciate it. I appreciate you,
Hmm.
Pastor.
I'm not. No. That's you. I'm not the pastor.
Hey, look like that's what I'm gonna have to be. That's the only thing gonna save me. That's what they calling for.
Well, no, well, you just keep praying in your favor. I mean, you ask God to whatever. If there's some demons in your closet that you need to get out, you talk to God about that. You ain't got to talk to me about it. You ask him.
Did he say?
Yeah.
Did I hear him right? That he said that's the only thing. Did he say I could? I was like, wait a second. Did he say he was going to try and be a pastor? And I could be wrong. Okay.
David, that's what they calling for.
Well, no, well, you just keep praying. No. That's you. I'm not the pastor.
Hey, look like that's what I'm gonna have to be. That's the only thing gonna save me. That's what they calling for.
Well, no, well, you just keep praying in your.
Let me tell you, Nesto get out of jail, try and plant a church. Girl, they gonna run him out of Atlanta.
I mean, you ask God to whatever. If there's some demons in your closet that you need to get out, you talk to God about that. You ain't got to talk to me about it. You ask him.
Yeah. I definitely got God in the favor, so it's gonna pass in a minute. All shit pass now, so it comes.
Absolutely. No one's thinking like the criminals.
Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
In this next
Okay,
call, you will hear-
guys, look. This is a whole nother. It took us a long time to get through this one call because there was a lot to talk about, and we also looked at. Hey, Joey, I see you. I didn't see you earlier. Okay. Hey, Joey. Joey. Let's see. Dre doesn't really know. He doesn't, and he doesn't really. He doesn't really know Nesto. I don't look. This call to me. It was. I'm gonna just say. I feel like Dre gave a lot of Sonya. You know how Sonya is kind of like ride or die. Dre was giving his best ride or die at this moment. He really did, and not even deservingly so. Okay, he gave Nesto some credibility and some extra that he sure doesn't even really deserve. I'm gonna be honest with you, he just doesn't, and that's it. I mean, it's just a little bit much. But anyway, the next call, let's do the next call after we get off live. So 5 o'clock, I will be broadcasting. I know that I'm sure it's going to be busy out here on these YouTube streets. Obviously, it'll be available upon the replay. So come back at 5 o'clock Eastern if you can. If not, there's I don't know. Oh, you know what? I think it's Pam's. Isn't it Pam's birthday? Because Pam said that the case was going to be on her birthday. It might be Pam, the law intellect's birthday. So if I'm right, if my memory serves me correctly, number one, happy birthday to Pam. And I will definitely have to go and send her something to wish her a happy birthday. So if it is in fact Pam, the law intellect's birthday, wish her a happy one. Um, but just come back upon the replay. So I'll be recording live, Judge Manning, and depending on how things go, we might get into this second call. We might just get into it later. But we've already spent 2.5 hours and we had a wonderful lunch, and I appreciate you guys so much for coming through. Nyla, thank you for coming through, sis. I would love to have you come through again. Sis is so awesome and so fun, and I enjoy her so much. And I'm always catching her upon the replay. But thank you, Nyla, for coming through. Thank you to Bougie Gang, all of you guys. Thanks to everyone. You guys are amazing. And it was so much fun today. But I think this is a good place to cut it short and get the rest of this call in a little bit later, because this was a very heavy call, this last one. And this one, the next one is no different. It's packed with a bunch of stuff too. So I would really like to take my time, and you guys know I'm on mom duty in a little bit. So I got to go and pick up. Let me see what you guys are saying. But Joey, it's so good to see you. Oh, he's reviewed. Oh, he's reviewed his case. Yeah, no, he has not. He doesn't. Dre, you know how Dre reviewed the case when me, Nyla, Pam, anyone else out here on the YouTube streets, Sylvia has gone through the CP accounts. Anyone, basically Dre's study of Nesto's case has involved coming to the YouTube streets and listening to the ladies and getting in his feelings when they talk a little bit too much about his friend. And then now all of a sudden wanting to have a truth moment and run and tell everybody all of his business. Okay. Why Dre wants to let everybody know his business and get all up in everything, I'm kind of a little bit shocked and surprised, but that's going to be his story to tell. I don't know. I really don't. I don't understand it. I thought Dre was actually like Daryl, for instance. Like I said, if you don't have phone calls from prison membership, if you want to see the first call from, there's actually two calls from Daryl. Okay. There's a call with Daryl. I don't know if phone calls is going to put it out or not, but there is not phone call. There's a visit from Daryl. And Nesto talks a lot about the case. That first, if you saw the video with Daryl and Daryl kind of shut it down and took off in 5 minutes, there's a video with Daryl. Daryl sat there for about 20 minutes. Okay. And they talked a lot about the case. Well, not they, Nesto did. Nesto is real reckless on these call-ins and on these calls, these videos. And we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it when we come back later. I'll see you guys around 5 o'clock. Y'all, thank you for joining me today. This was so much fun. We'll get back into the rest of this a little bit later, depending on how the call goes. The bail hearing, we might do this either later or tomorrow, call number 2. Okay. But thanks for joining me today for call number 1. Again, if you're new here, thank you for coming through. Everybody, Vicky, thank you. Let's be real. Shirley has bummy tendencies. I mean, she's had some failed relationships, and that's, girl, it's happened to all of us. It's happened to the best of us. Okay. Some of us, the way we get our wisdom is through the nonsense, right? Somebody passed the collection place because RTB is preaching. Thank you so much, Sonia's Edges. I appreciate you, sis. Thank you. What else do we get? Let me see. It sounds like, okay, I'm gonna have to deal with that for a minute. If you want to ride or die with your partner, Dre, just say that. We know you're team Nasty Nesto. He was team Shirley, but since Shirley is gone, maybe he's riding till the wheels fall off, and the wheels getting ready to fall off. Dre boasts him up and gets answers to his questions. Nesto talked around, but still said a lot. Dre is friends, but notice he's not putting the house up. Okay. And that's okay. Okay. I think there's the last comment. Leandra, Dre swear he dropped the mic on this call. He did not. He absolutely did not. And then did I get everything? Okay, I think I got everyone's comment. If I missed your comment, my bad, y'all. I was having issues. I got 2 computers on my desk right now and a monitor. It's a scene. But we were able to make it do what it do. So my bad, y'all. I should have switched computers a while ago, but maybe I'm just running too much. Anyway, let me let y'all go. And I will see you guys at 5 o'clock over here for when Judge Manning calls to order, and we get to hear what is Nesto's fate. Okay, what's actually really going to happen. I'm like, where is my phone? Okay, y'all, let me let y'all go because there's too much going on my desk right now, and that bell is letting me know it's mom duty time. Okay, all right, y'all. Okay, I think I got all of the Cash App super chats. Someone sent me a Cash App. Thank you. I'm getting ready to send you a heart now. You know who you are. Thank you so much. I'm not surprised at Dre. I'm not surprised either. This whole Nesto team is flawed. Okay. All right, guys. Take care. I'll see you guys later. Bye.